Yo, what's going on, my beautiful people of YouTube? If you guys are watching this video, thank you so much for clicking. For today's content, we will be doing a breakdown of Open Qualifier, Regional 5, whatever you want to call it, the second regional of Split 2 Road to London, and this is going to be a weekend breakdown with myself and my team SSG. Now, as you guys can tell, I'm getting right into it. This is one of our Swiss replays. Now, if you guys don't know how I usually do recaps, it's just a quick summary of series that happened and, you know, how we felt the team was playing, our opponents, all that good stuff, while we just have a replay going on in the background. So it's just kind of so y'all can feel how a pro team kind of thinks about stuff during a tournament and what our mindset is, and specifically my mindset. But yeah, so if you guys didn't know, the first regional, I'll give you guys a little backstory. We got top 4. We broke our top 8 curse playing Gen G. And top 4 for the first regional is great, but it doesn't really put you in a good spot for London, but it doesn't secure you by any means. So the second regional is just as important. It's a good shot by Reddles. Oh my god, that goal explosion is so loud. Who coded that? Anyway, sorry. Yeah, so the second regional is just as important, if not more important, because you want to really solidify yourself in the London race and put yourself in that top 4 contention. So our first series of the day was NRG, and if you guys don't know, it's kind of a running meme. God, bro, turn that. Let me lower the volume. Sorry. Anyways, yeah. So our first series of the day in Swiss was against NRG, and if you guys don't know, there's a little running meme that in the community where we play NRG. This is probably like our 7th straight time playing them in an RLCS event, and it's kind of a meme. We kind of own them. I'm gonna say lightly, we are their daddies. So I love the people at NRG. They're my homies, but to put it simple, like, it's competition and we just own them. So we are very comfortable with that matchup, and usually the first series of the day are pretty rough for us. We come out a little slow, but this one was not our greatest, but also a lot better than our previous first series. We were very comfortable in how we knew how to play, how NRG was going to play, so we knew what we needed to execute to win, and we ended up winning 3-1. We had a really sloppy game 2 that was just poor, and it honestly, for the first series of the day, the way we've had other first series, I wasn't too mad. Always starting the day with a dub against a formidable team, not like a bubble team, is always going to be nice. It's going to get the confidence rolling. You're going to feel really good. So 3-1 over NRG, felt great. And then the second series, who did we play the second series? Sheesh. Oh yeah, the second series we played TSM. Sorry, it's been a minute since Friday was around for Swiss, so you kind of forget about it. But yeah, we played TSM, and TSM is honestly, if you guys did not know, they joined recently the huge org. They picked up Hockey, Wavy, and Creams. Solid team. But we haven't played them in RLCS, so it was really interesting. We had no clue what to expect. And honestly, their playstyle was super vanilla, or like default. And we were struggling, I won't lie. I think we ended up going down 2-1 in the series. We weren't playing that great individually. As a team, we weren't really in step with each other in stride. And so we were struggling. But luckily, we've been working really hard to try and make adjustments and see what we can do better, so we don't just end up, you know, kind of failing and losing those series and just kind of bombing out. So instead of like losing 3-1 and kind of just not realizing what we need to fix, we talked it out, and we ended up coming back and we won in game 5. Our Swiss game 5s, I believe, have been super successful, so that's really good to have that in your back pocket. But our adjustments worked perfectly. We ended up winning 3-2, and that makes us 2-0 in Swiss stage. And if you guys don't know how Swiss works, it's 2-0. You have to win 3 times before you lose 3. Simple as that. So being 2-0 is a huge bonus. Now that means you have 3 lives to win 1. And usually you're going to play a best team in the region, like a G2 Gen G. But there was some crazy stuff going on. And let's just say M80, the Swiss gods, decided to take out G2 with a cheeky dub. So that puts us against the match you guys are seeing now. This was against LG. And LG had also been, I believe, doing really well in the regional. So this is a 2-0 match between, you know, LG, who's looking to bounce back from the first regional and, you know, set the tone and really start their push for London as well. But for us, this is like a top 3. We go 3-0. We get a top seed. Slot, by the way. Let's watch that one back real quick. Bye. Anyways, sorry, I just thought we had to watch one back real quick. No biggie. So we haven't played LG that much when it comes to RLCS. Obviously, we scrim them. We're comfortable. We know what they like to do. But at the same time, when it comes to RLCS, it's going to be not really equivalent to scrims. A lot of stuff's going to be different. A lot of players aren't going to be playing as good. A lot of teams aren't going to be executing as well as they do in practice. So we knew it was going to be a tough series, but we knew how they played and what we need to do, which is a lot of, just to put it simple, is a lot of clean rotations, a lot of like watching out for bumps, calming for each other, and try and make the game as easy as possible for each other. So it was a tough match, but we did end up 3-0ing. But there were close games, there were intense games, so it didn't feel like it was kind of like a curb stomp. But anyways, yeah, that series was huge because, like I said, now we're 3-0. We're through Swiss. Top 8's big for points, but it's not great. And we secured first seed. So as long as, something crazy doesn't happen, we should have a match we're comfortable with, unless like G2 or Gen G finished in AC, which did not happen, thankfully. Obviously, we could have beat them, but it's always nicer to play a team you're way more comfortable against. But yeah, anyways, we'll watch the rest of this replay. But we were feeling great. I mean, a 3-0 in Swiss, we didn't even feel like we were playing that well as a team. So in our heads, it can only get better. And we ended up matching against Dignitas. And if you guys did not know, Dignitas had just gone through a roster change midseason. They bench Evo and picked up Gyro back up. So it was Gyro, Arsenal, and Stizzy. And it was a team we haven't played. We've scrimmed maybe once or twice, and we haven't played them in RLCS. So it was a best of 7 versus a team with no real experience. And it was honestly, it got a little scary. We'll go into the next replay, and I'll talk about it more, so give me one quick second. All right, so we're back. Super sorry about that. Now, you guys, as you guys can tell, this isn't the Dig team, and we'll get into it later. But I'm going to put it light. We did not play well at all, individually or as a team. We were not really too synchronized, and it was rough. It did not feel comfortable. We weren't the team we knew we could be, so it got a little scary in our own heads. But at the same time, you have to realize like what teams work on, and specifically for us, we're working on trying to raise our floor as well as our ceiling, obviously, but working on raising our floor so we can, even when we're not at 100%, we don't feel completely confident. Peace out, JNAPS. See you later. Sorry, just had to point that out. But even when you're not feeling at your tip top, you can still get the job done. So we ended up going into a crazy series. Dignitas was playing well. We go to Game 7, go to Champs Field, where it matters the most. A top 4 becomes huge for points in London. So a lot of pressure. But like we said, our adjustments, our composure, and overall, I believe our hard work we've been putting in since the disappointment of the first split has been paying off for these moments. And it's really, it feels really good to know, Tino, to get those dubs that aren't the most pretty, aren't the most, confidence boosting, but you work hard for those and they feel really rewarding. But at the same time, you're like, we need to play better. So anyways, that best of 7 was really sweaty. Top 4, that's our goal going into every regional. So now it's time to just, keep the ball rolling. And as you can see, in our semifinals for Champ Sunday, OG had ended up beating Gen G in a quarterfinal. Huge shocker to everybody because Gen G was previous regional champs. But we end up playing them. Now, this is a team we played in the first regional before won them, and we felt very comfortable and confident playing against them. But at the same time, they had just beat Gen G, so we knew they're most likely playing some good Rocket League, right? You're not going to beat Gen G playing some not so good Rocket League. So at the same time, I think this series was a little bit better than Dignitas. I think we were a little more comfortable in our own skin than we were versus Dig. But at the same time, this wasn't the SSG we felt like we could show. So it was a little bit rough. It was a little bit gritty. We gave up some games that were probably not the greatest goals, some just bad mistakes, as well as some, probably offensive chances and midfield plays we could execute way better that we just weren't. But at the same time, again, this is like the floor I've been talking about. This is the hard work. Us talking about who we are as a team, what other teams like to do. This is what all pays off. So even like I said, we didn't feel in the series we were at our best. And I know it sounds kind of cringy and annoying because you guys won, you guys beat them. Of course you're playing well. As I just run into a demo. Good one, Reed. Tap yourself on the heart for that one. Anyways, get out of my net. Yeah, it wasn't pretty, and I know it sounds annoying, but I'm gonna be real with you guys. That wasn't the best showing we could have had. So it was a little bit scary because, you know, we did end up getting the dub 4-2, and I think the boys played like great. Hawkster and LJ, and I'm like super thankful to have on my team. They're just beasts. But at the same time, it was just like, you know, now we get paired up with G2 in the grand finals. Now, G2 came from the other side of the bracket. They had been a close game 7 with Cloud9, the surprise team of the tournament, I think a lot of people would say. Anyways, like I said, we did not think we were playing that great, or at least I didn't think so. I know I was having a really rough weekend individually. I just did not feel as comfortable as I was in the past regionals. But at the same time, you got to grit it out. So you got to do what, you know, makes your team win. So I know maybe I'm not playing as well individually, so let me try and see if I can support in other ways. Bumping, communicating, you know, even if I'm not playing my greatest individually, there's other ways you can impact and help your team win. That goes for anybody at any rank and anything. You can always impact other people, even if you're not doing your best. So that's always my goal when I'm having, you know, tournaments that aren't what I would like to be. And, you know, I got to prepare for the next one even better and try and be better individually to help my team, because it's just not acceptable to play bad consistently. So this was a bad tournament for me, I felt like, individually. So the next one I'll be better. But we get into the grand final versus G2, and again, these are the Titans of NA, 3 gods on the ball who are, you know, getting more and more beatable every time we play them. We're getting more and more comfortable. So it's a lot different when we first played them early in the season. Now it's like we know what to do, we know what to expect, and we know what's going to work against them. So it's a series where I think everyone considers us the underdogs, but at the same time, we know we can win, right? So we end up going into a crazy series where it's just back and forth. Great Rocket League. We give up some games that we probably could have won, same with them. And we go up 3-2, but unfortunately the same thing happened as it did in Regional 1. They made some great adjustments, and games 6 and 7, they kind of had their way with us. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to say it how it is. They played way better than us, and we didn't really stand a chance in those games 6 and 7. I think as well as them making adjustments, we made some mistakes, like not holding on the ball, just poor mistakes that we usually don't make, and we're just super clinical about. But yeah, they ended up winning the regional, and we ended up getting a top 2, our best placement yet. So that was awesome, even though we really wanted to win and we thought we could win. Now we are tied for second going into the last regional to qualify for London. So I hope you guys can support us there, and it's about 2 weeks, and who knows, maybe I'll make a little regional pre-cap video. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this recap, what our mindset and my mindset was going into the weekend and throughout the weekend. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and please leave a like and comment. It helps us out a lot. The road to 50K is real. I love all y'all guys. Y'all are the best. Y'all make this possible, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.